Good afternoon. My name is Lamarco Copeland, and I come before you today to tell you my story. Now, for those who know and those who don't, I am a dialysis patient, and I've been a dialysis patient for 22 years now, off and on. Now, my journey started when I was 20 years old. For a young man that's life just started not long out of high school, life just started, that was frightening, scary. And at that point, I didn't even know what dialysis was. And I'm going to tell you something funny. As a young man, I thought dialysis was being hooked up to a machine and living in a hospital for the rest of your life. Imagine the fear that I had, when me and my mom was sitting in the doctor's office and was told that I was in renal failure. She cried, I cried. And the thing that my mom, she's passed away. And she looked at me and she said, "That's all right. We're going to make it. We're going to make it through this." She said, "You got to be a soldier. You got to push, you got to fight." And so that's what I've been doing all these 22 years, fighting, pushing. It's been rough. I did dialysis for 6 years, and I was blessed with a transplant back in 2006. And at that point, I regained, it's like I got my life back. You start to remember what it feels like to be normal, what it's like to have a normal life, and not to be tied to a machine or everything revolves around a machine. And in that time span, I got married. I had another child. Now I had one child, one daughter. I had another daughter. I got married. I have a family now. I'm a husband. I have 3 kids and a wife to take care of. And then 5.5 years later, that transplant goes out. So now I'm back on dialysis.
Life of dialysis.
I've been back on dialysis now for 8 years now. So now you forget about what it's like to be normal, to have a normal life. So now your life revolves around the machine again. But now I'm presented with an opportunity, and I'm doing my due diligence to get another transplant. I have to raise funds for transplantation, for medicine, and I'm on the list here in Georgia. And now I'm traveling to different states to get on multiple lists to increase my chances of receiving a transplant. So now I'm going to Florida, I'm going to Alabama, I'm going to Louisiana. Now this is where I need your help, your donation. And I'm gonna let you know what your donation is what your donation is for. It's for travel. Because when we go to these places, we have to pay out of pocket. They don't take care of that. We have to pay for hotel room, food. If we have to fly, flights, gas to drive. And it also go towards to when receive the transplant, they want to see a lump sum of when you receive the transplant to be able to pay for medication, because the medication is expensive, very expensive. And even with insurance, it's still expensive. So all your donations will be going toward that. Mind you, I want you to know that I do work. I do have health insurance. But this has an effect. It affected me to the point where some days I can't go to work. Some days I get off the machine and it's too much. It affected me to where I can't travel like I want to. I can't serve in my ministry like I want to. It's things that I miss with my kids because of it. My daughter's field day, dance recital, cheerleading, my son's honor program. I miss out because I can't. It took too much out of me. Now, with me being on multiple lists, when I'm called with the transplant, saying that they have the transplant, I have to be there within a certain amount of time. So maybe I have to get on a plane to get there. They may call and I have to be there in 3 hours. May call and I have to be there in 4 hours. All your donations will be going toward that. There's 2 types of dialysis you have. You have peritoneal and you have hemo. I do hemo. Hemo is where you go in center, you're on the machine and you get stuck with 2 needles. Peritoneal is when you have a tube in your stomach and you drain fluid in and out. I do hemo. And I've always done hemo. I explored doing peritoneal, but I've done hemo. I've done in center, I've done home, and I'm back now. I do nocturnal. And nocturnal it works a little better for me and my family. But nocturnal I run 6 hours, 3 days a week. That's 3 days that I'm away from my family. 3 days I have to leave my wife. 3 days I have to leave my kids. It's days that I'm leaving out, and my youngest daughter, she blocks the door. She said, "Daddy, I don't want you to go to Dallas. I want you to stay here with me." And then she said, "But I know I got to let you go because I want you to live. But I can't wait. I can't wait till you get your transplant when you don't have to go anymore. And you can stay here with me. You can tuck me in. Read me a story." And I'm looking forward to those days. So I want to encourage donorship. You have 2 types of donors. You have live donors and cadaver. Cadaver is donors through death. I'm encourage live donors because live donors last twice as long as cadavers. So I look forward to receiving your donations. My family, we thank you. We are so very grateful. And I will keep you posted on this journey because it is a journey. It is a journey. And for those who are going through, I want to encourage you. Keep pushing, keep going. I know what you're going through. I know the days you don't feel like getting out of bed. I know the days that it takes all that you have just to, when you get off the machine, just to make it to your car. To get out your car, to make it in the house. I know the days where it take you a day or 2 just to recover. I've had those days. I know what you're going through. Keep pushing. A better day is going to come. Talk to your doctors. See what it is you need to do for you to get on the transplant list. For you to receive a transplant. We need more live donors. The wait for a transplant is between 8 to 10 years. 8 to 10 years. Because there's not enough donors. So please contact your local transplant center. Let them know that you want to be a donor, that you're interested in saving someone's life.